Hi, this is Tim from NintendoSwitchGuru, and I'm finally here with some first impressions for the Nintendo Switch itself. So just going to give a brief kind of overview of my thoughts really for the Nintendo Switch. I'm going to kick off with the Joy-Con controllers. I wasn't really sure how I was going to get on with these, and all I can say is I have been, like loads of people, very, very pleasantly surprised. Although they look pretty flimsy and nothing sort of too special, they actually are pretty solid and well built, and they really, really work well. I know that sounds kind of silly. They're controllers. They jolly well ought to work well. They're very, very responsive. They're very easy to use. The only kind of quirk that I've found with them is getting these straps on and off can be a bit of a problem, and it is quite easy to put them on for the first couple of goes, or certainly the first go, upside down, and then it can be a bit of a pain getting them off. But if you manage to avoid that, which I didn't, luckily I had my wife on hand, then you will be all fine. And you can get all sorts of little bits and pieces to go with these Joy-Con controllers, but they're extremely responsive. The rumble feature is great, amazingly responsive, and they really control well both. So if you're using it singly, and you can obviously use it depending on the game this way round for a lot of games, or in a variety of other ways depending on what game you're playing, or you can use them obviously two-handed, and they just do work really, really well together. So yeah, very, very impressed with the Joy-Con controllers. They're pretty expensive if you want to buy another set. It's £60, 70 euro, $70, 60, 70, $80 even. So yeah, not cheap. They're pretty well built though, extremely responsive, very clever, and yeah, very impressed with them, I've got to say. Now the Switch itself, obviously this is the puppy here. It's not a puppy, it's a Switch. The screen, although it's only 720, is actually really, really good quality, and don't really have any issues with it. It'll only play on the TV 1280, and that's not a big 1980, of course, at 1280 HD it'll play, but 720 HD if you like on the screen. But yeah, well, the screen's really good. The screen is really good. I don't know what else to say other than the screen is very good, really good. These Joy-Con controllers going really well as well. So yeah, very impressed with the screen. Yeah, it would have been nicer to get maybe a better screen, but then how much would it have cost? Probably absolute fortunes. And I really like the way you can just take it out the dock, which I have got on hand, but I won't kind of go into that just yet. I'll leave that to the end. So yeah, you can just take it off at the dock and then use it as a handheld. You can plug your controllers in and out. You can, use it how you like, and obviously you can use it in tabletop mode as well. It's got a nice little kickstand at the back, which I won't bother showing you because you've probably seen it in tons of videos. So yeah, overall very impressed with the screen. The actual console itself, very easy to use. The interface is great, incredibly easy to use. I've already got all 3 eShops up here. So I can actually go in between stores without a problem. I've already done a multiple store update. The whole interface is just incredibly easy to use. There's just no real issues there at all. And obviously they'll improve this as it goes on. I've not had any issues, by the way, pairing these controllers, or any connectivity problems, anything like that with my left, with my right, or anything like that, all being fine. So it's all good. I really, really do like it, and I like it probably as much as I thought I was going to. I just wasn't prepared for the size of it, which I still think is incredibly small overall. I don't know why I think that, but there you go. But yeah, overall very impressed. The build quality of the Joy-Con, surprisingly good. The build quality of the actual Switch console itself, very solid, very good, and I can't really see any massive problems. There is a little bit of an issue with the actual possibility of scraping it around on this part, the dock. This is probably the not great part of it, if you like. It's rather cheaply built, the dock, and yeah, It's just a cheap hunk of plastic, basically. I'm trying not to kill my Switch. I'm just going to try and show you this. It all plugs into the back. It's pretty easy to use, and it's pretty straightforward, and it's nice and compact. But yeah, it's just a hunk of plastic, and it just feels cheap, this part of it. So I'm not going to kind of dwell too much, but it's a very, very small package. Very small package. The one thing that we all kind of knew, and I guess it's until you actually kind of get into it, the actual games available at the moment, that's going to be obviously the key, and there aren't stacks of games available. I haven't actually got my Zelda yet either, which is a little bit of a frustration, but for someone who doesn't own Zelda, I'm still pretty happy with the actual console. But yeah, the games, it's gonna be a while before we start getting a good games library, and that's the kind of one thing that really we could have done with another massive release, I think. Lots of people tell me I'm being silly, but I really think they could have done with another massive release, especially as Zelda obviously came out on the Wii U as well. I think they could have done with another first-party title. That's just my opinion. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So overall, I'm really impressed with it. The games work really well. There's some good games on here already. I would say the Snipperclips is great. I haven't played I Am Setsuna, but I hear good things about it. But yeah, Snipperclips is great. Highly recommend it. Lots of people telling me Fast RMX is good as well. Voyeurs is a good game, I've heard. And of course, Shovel Knight's a decent game as well if you haven't already got it on other systems. 1-2-Switch is pretty fun. It is pretty fun, but it is a party game. And Bomberman I've got as well. That's kind of okay, again, in multiplayer, but I was a little bit disappointed with Bomberman, to be honest. So the games overall, yep, a little bit disappointing at the moment, apart from, of course, Zelda. But there you go, yeah. But overall, very solid console. Very impressed with everything so far, especially the joycons. I love the way it's so portable and you can just swap it in and out. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It's just a real quick first impressions. I'll try and do a full review, but I just do not feel there's enough games on here, or I have spent anywhere near enough time on it to kind of do that for you. But very positive so far, apart from, for me, the games, but we kind of all knew that, and I'm just kind of hankering after some new games coming out as soon as possible, which they will do, of course. That's it for my first impressions. I've rambled on a bit. Let me know what you think about the Switch if you've got it, or if you're thinking about getting it, of course, and I'll see you in another video very soon. Hope you enjoyed this one. Thanks for watching.